So I'm here at a rock pile in Ottawa. It's actually just outside of a construction zone nearby the hotel that I'm staying at. And I just thought I'd check it out since, it's a fresh rock pile. So who knows, maybe there's some bugs or something, I don't know. And I came across this. Check out this porphyritic, I think this is porphyry. It definitely looks like it. You can see the granite. The material here is a granity material. And then you can see in here, they struck a vein of porphyry that was in the granite, which is pretty cool. I think there's a small enough chunk over here that I'll actually take home. Yeah, that's small enough. I think there's another piece over here. Take a couple pieces. It's cool little. You can see on the outside there's a bit of gneiss and stuff like that. Some metamorphized. Ooh, what is that? Some decomposing mineral on the back. That's pretty cool. You can see the crystals on the back, but it's pretty decomposed. That's cool. A little nice find for a quick 3-minute walk up the road. Well, there's an actual crystal. It's just degraded out of looks like feldspar. Interesting. Cool. Oh, sorry. I'm too focused on the rocks to notice that my camera wasn't zooming in. But yeah, little interesting occurrence. I'll take a couple of the smaller chunks home and just kind of pick around and see if I can find anything else interesting. And if I do, I will show you guys more. As I suspected, there's pyrite here too. You can see there's a bit of pyrite. And actually, interestingly enough, I pulled out a couple more of these pieces. And on this one, you can actually see some of the feldspar has crystallized. I'm wondering if I can remove this kind of cruddy decomposed material by just using iron out. But what was I going to show you? Where is the piece that has? Because what I also found, maybe it was this piece as well. Where? There's a piece that I found that has garnets in it. Maybe it's the larger piece. Where there's once you get into the gneiss, garnet starts showing up. I must have misplaced the piece. That's annoying. I'll try and find it, because I swear there was a piece like that where there were garnets. There were definitely some red garnets. Okay, well, I'll try and find that piece again. And show you guys, because it was pretty interesting. But I'll get back to you guys if I do. I didn't throw the piece away. I just couldn't find the garnets. See up there? Those red lumps in there? That's garnet. Probably almandine is my bet if it's that dark red. But that's pretty cool. It's kind of right along the edge where this porphyritic material meets the kind of the granity gneiss material, which kind of makes sense. It's kind of like one of those zones where you could find garnets. Interesting little find. The lighting's not that great, but I found a huge chunk with a bunch of pyrite. You've got also what looks to be like biotite mica as well. Nice kind of material. Might actually take it home, but it's a bit of a bigger chunk, so who knows? I'll have to think about that one. But yeah, you can see the pyrite shining in the setting sun. That's pretty cool. Even though these aren't cleaned up, because I don't have time, I thought I'd just show these still to you. This is some of the more interesting material that has like crystals, like actual crystal pockets, and I thought I'd show you them. So to start with the piece that I thought might have garnets, these dark brown kind of crystals nestled in the what I think is some type of pyroxene matrix. Actually, looking at it and looking at one of the smaller pieces of what I thought was garnet that fell off of here, like a crystal, I believe these are actually tiny Titanites. If you can look here, you can see it's a very flat, kind of pancakey shovel shaped look to that one. These are harder to tell, but it's got the right color. It's kind of that dark coffee brown that you'd expect from Titanites in this area. Actually, on this side, there's a small one right here. It's hard. With stuff this small, it's very hard to get the right thing in focus. There we go. Right there. You can see all the small pyroxene crystals. They're a bit dirty, but you can see the crystal shape in there. Here is the one I was talking about that fell off. You can definitely see that classic kind of shovel-shaped titanite crystal on this guy. I'll throw up a close-up picture of like the top part where you can see that classic shape. But you can see it's got that classic shovel-shaped crystal. So that kind of indicates to me that I believe this to be Titanite. It's the right color. It's the right crystal shape. And I just thought at first it might be garnet. Here is a bit of a feldspar crystal that came out of one of the more busted pieces. You can see the shape. This is probably the biggest partially whole one that I found while looking. This one is the most complete. It's not as big as the one that I just showed you, but this also has some other ones down here, and then it's got some pyroxene crystals. Unfortunately, this is dirty, so it doesn't show up well. I'm sorry that wasn't able to clean these up. It's the tales all this time. I'm just too busy with work. This example, can kind of see like the porphyry-ish material, but you can see here that the feldspar crystals didn't really form on the outside, but as you get closer into the area, the main area, you get actual feldspar crystal formation. And then you have these areas where it pockets out basically, and there's feldspar crystals, but then there's also lots and lots of diopside crystals, I hope, or pyroxene. I don't know if these are diopside, but that's just a guess. But these definitely do look like pyroxene crystals. Once again, sorry, it's dirty, but what can you do? It's unfortunate, but I just don't have the time to clean them up right now. Hopefully in the future, maybe I'll have a short video where I show these cleaned up. But for now, this is the best that we can do. Just looking at those crystals and stuff. Hopefully it'll clean up nicely and it'll look pretty cool, because this would be a cool little piece in a display case with some nice little crystals and stuff. Wouldn't mind adding that to my collection. On a side note, actually, I'm quite thankful I checked out this rock pile when I did, because a couple days later, when I was driving in the same area, they had bulldozed the whole pile over. So I got in at the right time. So I'm quite happy that I did. An additional side note, I tested the pyrite looking material just to make sure whether it was chalcopyrite or pyrite, and I scratched it with my fingernail and it did not break off, which kind of indicates that it's pyrite, because the one way to test chalcopyrite from pyrite is you use your fingernail. You should be able to scratch chalcopyrite, whereas pyrite is too hard for your fingernail. So if it doesn't scratch, then it's pyrite. If it does scratch, it's chalcopyrite. So that's how I tested out what the material was. You can see it on the back here, and you can see it here too. It's pretty cool. It seems to have also formed along these quartz veins, and that big piece is, I think that's what happened, was the big piece broke off where the quartz vein was, and it exposed all the pyrite that was grown in alongside the quartz vein. We have gotten to the end of this video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please do like and subscribe if you haven't already, and please leave a comment below to what your favorite or what you thought was the most interesting piece. Have a good day, and I will see you guys in the next video.